1. Success is a cruel teacher. It comes dressed as late nights, broken dreams, and the cold silence of being the only one left believing. No one tells you that the price for greatness isn't talent, it's endurance. When Thomas Edison spent thousands of hours failing in his lab, he wasn't chasing light. He was chasing the version of himself that refused to quit. Success doesn't reward the brilliant, it rewards the relentless. 2. You will bleed before you bloom. You will lose friends before you gain victories. You will doubt yourself so many times that even hope will seem like a stranger. And yet, the only sin is stopping, because stopping is permanent. But struggle is temporary. Abraham Lincoln buried loved ones, lost elections, faced public humiliation, but his footsteps carved a path through history because he kept walking forward when everything inside him wanted to turn back. 3. Your passion will abandon you when the storms get loud enough. You will have to operate without motivation. You will have to crawl on broken knees when the world hands you reasons to sit down. Because success doesn't ask if you're ready, it demands you show up anyway. 4. Dreams decay in the hearts of the undisciplined. Discipline is the rope you tie yourself to when the winds of life try to throw you off the mountain. Without it, you fall. With it, you might still bleed, but you stay standing. 5. Nobody warns you that sacrifice isn't a phase, it's a lifestyle. You will miss birthdays. You will cancel vacations. You will be misunderstood. Because when Andrew Carnegie rose from poverty to empire, he didn't get there by living a balanced life. He got there by living a purposeful one. Balance is for those who are content. Purpose is for those who are desperate. 6. The brutal truth is that you must become your own rescue story. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your mentors, not your friends. Success is a game of self-rescue, played in a room filled with doubt, fear, and isolation. 7. People will laugh at you when you start. They'll gossip about you when you grow, and they'll envy you when you win. But no stage of this journey will feel comfortable. If it feels easy, you're not aiming high enough. 8. You will have to endure seasons of invisibility where your work echoes into emptiness, where your grind produces no applause, no validation, and no instant reward. These are not wasted seasons. They are the seasons that decide who deserves to be seen later. 9. If you are not willing to be misunderstood for years, you are not ready to lead. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Imagine that. The man who built kingdoms of dreams was once told he wasn't creative enough. Success requires you to see what they can't, to believe when they mock, and to plant seeds in ground they call barren. 10. Every time you postpone a dream because you're waiting for permission, you're handing your future to fear. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who demand it, who claw at the walls, who invent doors where others see only bricks. 11. The mistake most people make is thinking success feels like triumph. It doesn't. It feels like exhaustion. It feels like questioning your sanity at midnight. alone with your second-hand furniture and first-class ambitions. It feels like giving when you have nothing left. 12. You must love the process more than the prize. Henry Ford wasn't obsessed with making money. He was obsessed with making motion accessible to the masses. When your love is pure, your power is permanent. When your love is conditional, your progress is temporary. 13. Your comfort zone is your coffin. It's padded, cozy, and lined with excuses. But once you climb in, don't expect to ever climb out. Growth demands discomfort. It demands you trade certainty for risk, applause for criticism, security for adventure. 14. Success is not about being faster. It's about being more stubborn. The tortoise beat the hare not because he was faster, but because he was consistent. In a world obsessed with speed, consistency remains undefeated. 15. Failure isn't your enemy, comfort is. Failure sharpens you. Comfort softens you. Every empire is built from bricks of failure, layered with mortar made from perseverance. Every collapse is born from too much comfort. 16. Most people lose the battle of success because they expect immediate validation. They want claps after the first swing. They want trophies after the first try. But success pays only after 1,000 unnoticed efforts. 17. If you cannot endure the loneliness of the climb, you don't deserve the view from the top. The summit is reserved for the few willing to be alone, while others choose the crowded safety of the valley. 18. The higher you rise, the fewer people will clap for you. Admiration fades. Resentment grows. Not everyone loves a phoenix. Some prefer the ashes because they feel more comfortable seeing you grounded than watching you fly. 19. Your ego is the heaviest baggage you'll ever carry. It will drag you down, sabotage your instincts, blind you to your flaws. Let it go. Humility isn't weakness, it's the armor of the wise. It's what allowed Lincoln to lead a broken nation because he was willing to be taught by pain, not ruled by pride. 20. Every yes to distraction is a no to destiny. The Netflix, the endless scrolling, the gossip, they are thieves dressed as comfort. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. 21. There will be 1,000 moments where quitting feels rational, logical, even necessary. But in those moments, remember, one more try is the difference between legacy and regret. Success belongs to those who stayed 1 hour longer, fought 1 round more, crawled 1 more painful inch. 22. You are not behind. You are exactly where the breaking happens, exactly where transformation begins. Comparison is a liar. Your journey is uniquely brutal and uniquely beautiful. Own every scar like a medal of honor. 23. The currency of success is not money. It's courage. The courage to start when you're unprepared. The courage to speak when your voice shakes. The courage to stand alone when the crowd mocks you. 24. Patience isn't passive. It's a weapon. It's persistence wrapped in silence. It's believing that seeds planted in darkness will bloom in their own time. not yours. Impatience has killed more dreams than failure ever could. 25. Every day you delay chasing your dreams is a day spent building someone else's. You either become the architect of your future or the bricklayer in someone else's empire. Choose wisely. 26. The people who doubt you now will later pretend they always believed. Don't work for their approval. Work for your own future. Their cheers mean nothing. Your legacy means everything. 27. You must stop negotiating with your dreams. Success doesn't bargain. It doesn't offer discounts. It demands full price up front, and only the bold are willing to pay it. 28. Most people aren't defeated by failure. They're defeated by the whisper that says, "Maybe this isn't for me." That whisper is a liar. If you were called to dream it, you were built to chase it. 29. You don't need more time. You need more focus. Edison didn't invent the light bulb because he had free afternoons. He invented it because he had obsessive clarity about what mattered. 30. Success isn't the absence of fear. It's the mastery of fear. Fear is the gatekeeper to every worthwhile achievement. If you aren't scared, you aren't stretching far enough. 31. Comfort is seductive. It whispers sweet lies about safety. But understand, no great story ever began with "I stayed where it was easy." 32. You will fail. You will look foolish. You will lose money, friendships, and sleep. But you will also find your resilience. You will discover the rarest currency in this world, the ability to rebuild yourself from nothing. 33. There will be no announcement, no marching band, no magical moment when you're ready. You're ready the moment you act. Movement births momentum. Waiting buries potential. 34. The life you dream of is already possible, but possibility bows only to action. It ignores intentions, shrugs at potential, and kneels before those who move their feet. 35. Success demands a soul tax, and you must be willing to pay it without bitterness. You will lose pieces of your old self along the way, the version of you who procrastinated, doubted, feared they cannot survive where you are going. 36. Greatness looks glamorous only from a distance. Up close, it looks like early mornings, broken plans, and sacrifices no one else sees. It looks like declining the party, turning off the TV, answering emails at midnight while the world sleeps. Scene 37. You must understand the climb is lonely because the summit is reserved. There is no crowd at the top because very few have the stomach to endure the brutal ascent. 38. Success is about subtraction, not addition. It's not about doing more, it's about cutting away the distractions, the excuses, the unnecessary obligations. Sculptors create masterpieces not by adding clay, but by removing it. 39. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Learn to say no with the same confidence you say yes. Protection of your time is protection of your destiny. 40. If you chase approval, you'll never catch purpose. Choose one. You cannot have both. Those who make history rarely fit neatly into society's expectations. 41. The battles you fight in private will eventually crown you in public, but you must first be willing to fight them unseen, unthanked, and sometimes unloved. 42. Dreams are heavy. They will burden you with doubt, exhaustion, and fear. That's how you know they are real. Light dreams are lies dressed as ambition. 43. You cannot heal in the environment that made you sick. Sometimes chasing success means leaving behind people you once loved, but who now chain you to your past. 44. The ones who mock your ambition today will study your results tomorrow. Stay silent. Let your work be the loudest voice in the room. 45. Do not wait for perfect conditions. They are a myth. Edison built the phonograph during times of financial panic. Disney created magic during the Great Depression. Crisis births innovation. 46. Your failures are not tombstones. They are stepping stones. Walk over them, not around them. Every mistake holds a hidden blueprint for your breakthrough. 47. Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your life's purpose isn't up for debate. It's up for demonstration. 48. When you feel lost, remember even a broken compass points somewhere. Action will always teach you more than contemplation. 49. Your greatest threat is comfort disguised as stability. Many have died with dreams still beating quietly inside them because they chose what was easy over what was essential. 50. Every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are scared, uncertain, overwhelmed. The difference is, they moved anyway. 51. Jealousy is a map. It points directly to what you desire but are afraid to chase. Follow it not with bitterness, but with bravery. 52. Hardship refines what comfort distorts. It cuts away the excess. It reveals your true capacity. It is not your enemy. It is your mirror. 53. You were not born to blend in. You were born to stand out, to rattle the cages, to disrupt the mediocrity of the masses. 54. Fear of failure is the greatest thief of dreams. You will fail. Fail forward. Fail loudly. Fail proudly. Every failure moves you closer to mastery. 55. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Every shortcut you take today will become a pitfall you'll regret tomorrow. 56. Success is rented, not owned, and the rent is due every single day. You don't get to stop paying because yesterday was a good day. 57. You will be judged, criticized, laughed at. Good. It means you are playing a big enough game that the small-minded are paying attention. 58. You must learn to be your own biggest fan when no one else claps. Self-belief isn't arrogance, it's survival. 59. Comparison is the fastest way to poison your own progress. You are not running their race. You are building your own marathon. 60. The only validation you need is the sound of your own heartbeat, steady, strong, persistent against the silence of your doubters. 61. Most people are committed to comfort more than they are committed to greatness. That's why they stay where it's warm instead of where it's worth it. 62. Time is not your enemy. Your misuse of it is. Every day you spend doubting is a day you could have been dominating. 63. You cannot become who you are meant to be by staying who you are. Growth demands destruction, the tearing down of the old to build the extraordinary. 64. Winners don't have less fear, they have more faith. Faith in the unseen, the unrealized, the barely tangible whisper of a future only they can see. 65. Be ruthless with your schedule. Be militant with your focus. Treat your dreams like a life or death mission because they are. 66. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow places. You will outgrow versions of yourself. Evolution demands loneliness as payment for transformation. 67. If you have to convince someone to believe in your vision, they are not meant to be part of it. 68. Never apologize for your ambition. Those who are intimidated by it were never meant to rise with you. 69. You don't need a better plan. You need a stronger commitment. The details matter far less than the determination behind them. 70. Resilience is built through repetition, showing up tired, showing up scared, showing up unmotivated. Show up anyway. 71. Stop celebrating intentions and start celebrating actions. Dreams are worthless without deeds. 72. When the world doubts you, double your efforts, not your explanations. 73. The version of you that succeeds will cost you the version of you that is comfortable. Mourn it briefly, then bury it without ceremony. And 74. Small steps compound into giant leaps. Success is built quietly, patiently, invisibly until one day. The world calls it overnight. 75. Most people quit when the pain begins. Champions rise because the pain is a sign they are getting closer, not further. 76. The walls you keep hitting are not barriers. They are tests. The test is simple. How bad do you want it? 77. The deepest form of self-respect is discipline. It is telling yourself no when every fiber of your being screams yes. 78. Success isn't found. It's forged. In sweat, in silence, in sacrifice. 79. If you want to be remembered, Live a life worth remembering not by words, but by undeniable action. 80. You cannot inspire the world if you're too busy trying to fit into it. Revolutionaries never blend in. 81. The goal isn't just to make a living, it's to make a difference. Wealth fades. Impact echoes across generations. 82. A mediocre effort guarantees a mediocre life. Excellence isn't an act. It's a habit carved into your bones through relentless repetition. 83. The crowd follows comfort. The leaders follow conviction. Choose wisely which you will be. 84. If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. Protect your purpose like it's your last breath. 85. Your future self is watching. Make decisions today that will make them proud, not ashamed. 86. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. 87. The world will not hand you opportunities. You must tear them from the jaws of mediocrity with bloodied hands and unbreakable will. 88. You cannot complain your way to greatness. Every second spent whining is a second stolen from winning. 89. You either build your vision, or you are used to build someone else's. There is no neutral ground in ambition. 90. Energy is a currency. Spend it building, not battling distractions. Spend it creating, not complaining. Every drop counts. 91. Excuses are lies wrapped in justifications. Every time you choose an excuse, you sign a contract for regret. 92. The greatest risk is not that you will try and fail, it's that you will live and wonder what could have been. 93. Your habits are your true beliefs. What you repeatedly do reflects what you truly value, not what you claim to value. 94. A single courageous decision can rewrite an entire life. One moment of boldness can shatter a lifetime of fear. 95. Pain is inevitable. Growth is optional. If you must suffer, at least let it forge you into something unstoppable. 96. Your setbacks are setups. Every rejection redirects you closer to where you were actually meant to go. 97. Victory belongs to the unreasonable, those who refuse to accept limitations, who refuse to accept it's always been this way. 98. Nothing will test your character more than success. Fame reveals what obscurity conceals. Prepare yourself to stay grounded when the world tries to lift you on shallow pedestals. 99. Greatness is inconvenient. It shows up at the worst times, asking you to choose discipline over comfort again and again. 100. If you aren't scared, you aren't dreaming big enough. If your goals fit neatly inside your comfort zone, they aren't goals, they're chores. 101. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you're willing to endure. 102. Mastery demands boredom, repeating the basics until they are bulletproof. Glamour fades, but fundamentals endure. 103. You don't find your purpose, you forge it. Purpose is not discovered, it is decided. 104. You owe your younger self perseverance. You owe your future self discipline. You owe your present self honesty. 105. The people laughing at your dreams now are not brave enough to chase their own. Pity them. Don't envy them. 106. The miracle you're waiting for is buried under the work you're avoiding. 107. Clarity doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from doing braver. Action reveals what thought conceals. 108. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Patience is part of the process, not a punishment. 109. Comfort zones are graveyards where ambition is buried alive. 110. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. 111. The greatest walls you will face are the ones you build yourself. 112. No empire was built by someone who cared more about opinions than outcomes. 113. 1,000 tiny efforts are more powerful than one massive, desperate push. 114. Fall in love with repetition. Fall in love with the mundane. Fall in love with getting 1% better every day. 115. Your calendar is your autobiography. Show me how you spend your days, and I'll show you who you will become. 116. Genius is often just extreme persistence in disguise. 117. You either sacrifice for your dreams, or your dreams become the sacrifice. 118. When you bet on yourself, you may lose temporarily. When you bet against yourself, you lose permanently. 119. Success is rented, not owned, and rent is due every sunrise. 120. Saying I'll try is permission to fail. Saying I will is preparation to succeed. 121. Dreams do not die from lack of potential. They die from lack of execution. 122. If you don't respect your time, no one else will either. 123. You are the artist of your own life. Stop handing the paintbrush to others. 124. Growth begins when excuses end. 125. Nobody cares about your excuses. They care about your results. 126. It's better to be exhausted from progress than well-rested in stagnation. 127. Your competition is not other people. Your competition is your procrastination, your excuses, your fear, your complacency. 128. Success tastes better after hunger. Let your hunger drive you to places comfort never could. 129. The road to success is paved with sacrifices others weren't willing to make. 130. You can either be liked by everyone or respected by a few. Choose respect. 131. What you tolerate today, you teach your future self to accept. 132. You are your only limit. The cage was never locked, you just stopped pushing. 133. Don't seek revenge. Become so successful they can't look you in the eye. 134. What you fear facing is often the very thing standing between you and greatness. Mastery is hidden in repetition, resilience, and radical self-belief. 136. If you want success to feel easier, don't wish for lighter burdens. Build a stronger back. 137. When doubt whispers, answer with action. 138. You cannot hate yourself into a better version. Growth comes from compassion combined with discipline. 139. The dream you refuse to fight for today becomes tomorrow's regret. 140. People will project their limitations onto you. Reject their projections. They are not your destiny. 141. Your work ethic must outshine your talent. Talent opens doors. Work ethic keeps you inside. 142. Every breakthrough is preceded by a breakdown. Embrace the collapse. It's clearing the ground for greatness. 143. Rest is earned, not entitled. Work until rest becomes a reward, not a refuge. 144. There will never be a perfect moment. Leap and build your wings on the way down. 145. The pain you avoid becomes the prison you live inside. 146. You cannot manifest what you won't work for. 147. Your mindset is your master key. It either unlocks the door to greatness or keeps you imprisoned. 148. The voice telling you to quit will grow louder the closer you get to the finish line. 149. A small daily improvement is the silent assassin of mediocrity. 150. No victory is final. No defeat is fatal. Stay in the game. 151. The world does not reward intentions. It rewards execution. 152. You are either getting better or you are getting bitter. 153. The seeds of greatness are planted in the soil of adversity. 154. Don't pray for an easier life. Pray for stronger shoulders. 155. Hardships are the chisels that sculpt heroes. 156. The most successful people have an inner clock and planet set to now, not someday. 157. You cannot climb new heights while dragging old weights. 158. Be more obsessed with where you're going than where you've been. 159. Success whispers at first. Listen closely before it roars. 160. You cannot fake resilience. Life will test your authenticity. 161. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in spite of it. 162. Regret is a heavier burden than failure. 163. You do not get what you want, you get what you tolerate. 164. There is no substitute for relentless, focused effort. 165. Life gives you two choices, evolve or repeat. 166. If your dreams don't scare you, build bigger ones. 137. Nobody sees the years you spend in the dark. They only see the moment you shine. 168. Success rewards the stubborn dreamer more than the occasional optimist. 169. The cost of discipline is far cheaper than the cost of regret. 170. You were not born to live on the sidelines. You were built for the arena. 171. You will be tempted to water yourself down to fit into places that don't deserve you. Resist. The world doesn't need a diluted version of your fire. 172. The scars you carry are proof that you were stronger than whatever tried to break you. 173. You are one decision away from a completely different life. Never underestimate the power of one bold choice. 174. Success doesn't come from wishing it were easier. It comes from becoming stronger than every obstacle in your way. 175. Your past is a place of reference, not residence. Visit it for wisdom, not for living. 176. Gratitude is the fuel for endurance. The more you appreciate the small victories, the stronger you'll be when chasing the big ones. 177. Champions do not listen to their feelings. They honor their commitments, regardless of emotion. 178. You can lose money, friends, opportunities, but never lose your momentum. Momentum is the silent force that separates legends from footnotes. 179. The universe rewards boldness. Cowardice is invisible to destiny. 180. The most dangerous thing you can do is hesitate when action is required. 181. Build the life you want to escape to, not the life you want to escape from. 182. Your willpower is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. 183. A small daily victory compounds into an unstoppable future. 184. Your biggest growth moments will often feel like destruction. Embrace the rebuild. 185. Every discomfort you endure now removes a regret you might have had later. 186. Success requires the audacity to believe in things not yet seen. 187. Don't waste time proving people wrong. Spend it proving yourself right. 188. Saying I'm too busy is just another way of saying it's not important enough. 189. You will be too much for some people. Those aren't your people. 190. You don't need more resources. You need more resourcefulness. 191. Focus is the new currency. Invest it wisely. 192. Your instincts are ancient and wise. Learn to listen to them over the noise of the modern world. 193. Every time you resist quitting, you build a mind that is dangerous to mediocrity. 194. One day, discipline will feel like freedom. Stay long enough for that day to come. 195. Victory is a series of small wins stitched together with determination. 196. The ones who told you to play it safe were speaking from their own fears, not your potential. 197. Your legacy is built in the dark, far away from the clapping crowds. 198. Persistence is the ultimate flex. Outlast the odds, and you'll outlive the doubt. 199. There's no such thing as standing still. You're either moving closer to your dreams or farther away. 200. You don't have to move fast. You just have to move forward. 201. If you don't program your mind, the world will program it for you. 202. The loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. Ignore them. 203. The strength you seek is already inside you. Hardship simply introduces you to it. 204. Every morning you wake up is a new invitation to dominate your purpose. 205. Success doesn't come to the best or the smartest. It comes to those who refuse to quit. 206. If you're not occasionally embarrassed by your goals, they aren't big enough. 207. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on time for your unique path. 208. Your story isn't over unless you decide to stop writing. 209. The greatest project you'll ever work on is yourself. 210. One day, all your sacrifices will make sense. Until then, Trust the work. 211. If the door doesn't open, build a door. 212. Greatness isn't given, it's seized, fought for, and earned. 213. Tough times don't last. Tough spirits do. The biggest battles are fought in silence, when no one's watching, when quitting looks easy. 215. Success isn't about shouting louder, it's about standing stronger. 216. The dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. 217. You are the author, not the audience, of your life story. 218. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. 219. There will never be a perfect day to start. That's why you must start today. 220. When you are doubted, keep building. When you are mocked, keep building. When you are tired, keep building. 221. The foundation you lay today will support the empire you live in tomorrow. 222. Nobody talks about the years of work behind an overnight success. You'll live those years. 223. Every time you overcome what once scared you, you grow larger than your fears. 224. You must outlast your old self if you want to meet your future self. 225. Success demands loyalty to the vision, not to the emotions of the moment. 226. One day, your future self will thank you or resent you for what you did today. 227. Win the internal battle and the external world will eventually follow. 228. There is no inspiration without perspiration. Sweat for what you pray for. 229. Don't fear starting small. Fear staying small. 230. The most important promises are the ones you make to yourself and the ones you keep. 231. There will be a day when you don't have to introduce yourself. Your work will speak before you do. 232. Stop asking for permission to be great. Permission is self-granted. 233. Focus less on proving people wrong and more on proving yourself right. 234. Build a life so powerful that your past fears seem laughable. 235. You either suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose your suffering wisely. 236. Life rewards the ones who dare to demand more from themselves. 237. You cannot conquer what you are not willing to confront. 238. The chains holding you back are often self-forged. 239. If you knew how close you were to success, you would never think of quitting. 240. Act like the person you want to become before the world acknowledges it. 241. When you fight for your future, your past has no power. 242. What you practice in private is what you will be praised for in public. 243. Stop negotiating with weakness. Command your greatness. 244. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall between you and your destiny. 245. Mastery is a marathon of mornings. You don't want to get up, but do anyway. 246. Comfort zones are death sentences for dreams. 247. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little extra. 248. Don't lower your standards to fit the world. Raise your standards and change the world. 249. You were not born to just pay bills and die. You were born to leave a mark. 250. The climb may be brutal, but the view is priceless. 251. The only permission slip you ever needed was written the moment you dared to dream. 252. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be brave enough to act even when you're scared. 253. Focus on the process, and the prize will take care of itself. 254. Pain is temporary. Legacy is forever. 255. Strength is built in the shadows before it shines in the light. 256. The only real failure is giving up. 257. You have survived everything life has thrown at you so far. Why would you stop now? 258. Victory loves preparation. Prepare like your future depends on it, because it does.